Got to put my mic on. I've got this box and it's from Ranger. I'm pretty sure that I know what's in it. It's the Simon Hurley Create collection, or at least some of it. So I'm very excited to open this. I love this sticker so much that I really don't want to mess it up. So, oh, there's already a rip in it. I just want to take this opportunity to tell y'all that this sweatshirt is older than my children. I've had this sweatshirt longer than my children. This one right here. If you have had, or if you've kept a piece of clothing for longer than your children, I want to know in the comments below, okay? Because this is not the only garment that I've had that long. And Kaylin will be 18 years old. Should I feel ashamed? I'm not. So this is the Simon Hurley Create collection from Ranger. I did see it at Creativation, but now I get to play with it. We've got the Photopolymer stamps. Oh, this is a gigantic stamp set. It's called Dudes 2. So it has sentiments like, dude, you're driving me crazy, I made you a card, you deserve a treat. Dexter is going to love these. Oh, it's got a drill. That's awesome. The next stamp set is Bestest Friends. And it has an adorable little girl and a little boy, and Simon drew these. Okay, this is his art. Oh, it's got I forgot my caffeine. I miss caffeine. Oh, I love this banner. I love banners and balloons and umbrellas because they're always fun to color. You know, they can be anything. Oh, and it's got party and hugs, happy birthday. It's great. This is a great little stamp set. Okay, we have more stamps. We've got the Cling Background Classic Flannel. That is nice. I wear a lot of flannel. The next one, ooh, Flower Garden. And these are red rubber background stamps. And those are they always stamp the best. I know it's not great that you can't see through them, but you always get a better impression with a red rubber stamp. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next is some stencils. We've got, oh, this is more flowers. This is Flower Maker. It's got these tropical flowers, and I can't name them. I don't know the names. But I'm sure we could build ourselves a very pretty flower. That is awesome. I've seen him use this on his channel. The next stencil is Looks Like Rain, and it is, and it's like hand-drawn raindrops. That's really cool. Next is Stargazer, and it has like constellations and a few other scattered stars in the background. And then we have, this is like really nice. This is very on trend backsplash. And you could do this in all kinds of different colors, like a watercolor resist background or something like that. Yeah, that's really neat. And I've got a bunch of inks. That's so awesome. And I'll make sure that I include some ink swatches of all of the different colors that are stamped out. But this one is Triple Berry. And this one is Woof. This one is Rosy Cheeks, and it's very reminiscent of worn lipstick to me. That's what it reminds me of. This one is Remember Me. Does anyone else ever just sing the song from Coco every time you read something like that? Remember me. Yes. Remember me. That was terrible. Really bad. I've got Bee Sting. All right, we've got Traffic Cone, which in my opinion, this is a little bit peachier than Traffic Cone, but I could see it's like an orange peach kind of shade, at least from the picture. Over the Moon is the next one, and this is definitely like a yellow. This one's Slippery When Wet. Oh, like the sign. We've got, ooh, grrr. And then here, this one is Clear Skies, and this is very turquoise color. And then the ones that I use the most are the greens, for real. We've got Lator, Gator, which is very bright. It's a bright green. And then this one, ooh, this one's even brighter. Overzealous is very Twisted Citron-like. Ooh, I've also got Stark White Cardstock, 110 pound, and it's sheets 10 sheet. That's really nice. Shall we compare? I guess this is like a stamping cardstock. I like to use Nina 110, which I only have it in these little quarter sheets, but I wonder if you can see that on camera. I'll try to get some close-ups too to kind of put in there. With my eye and the very bright lights around me, the Stark White Cardstock by Simon Hurley is just a touch whiter. And that's just from me looking at it. So thank you so much for sending me this, Ranger and Simon. And Simon, I truly wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors. And I'm so excited to play with your stuff. So let's just start playing. Okay, so these are very similar to the other Ranger inks that I've owned before. I'm not sure if they sell them anymore, but they were fabulous inks. And the only reason I got rid of them is because I wasn't reaching for them as much. And, you know, so I wanted to keep the things that I reach for the most. But these inks are very reminiscent of those. I love them. They stamp very well. Now, all of these ink swatches I stamped one time. Okay, the stamp is very well good and seasoned, but if you are a double stamper like myself, I use the Misty stamp positioning tool often to give myself that ability, and they're going to look perfect. I promise you, these inks are great. So now I really love this Stark White cardstock. It is super white. And so I'm grabbing a couple of what I call quarter sheets. So I cut my 8.5 by 11 cardstock into quarters, which are card panels. And I'm taking this classic flannel background stamp and I'm inking it up with a VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. And I'm just trying to make some simple plaid backgrounds. These are very manly, but that's also really kind of cool right now. I've been wearing flannel for a really long time, ever since it wasn't cool. So I think this pattern is perfect and it creates these wonderful backgrounds that you can use on your projects. So I made a few backgrounds like this and then ended up setting them aside. What really interested me about my package was this stencil that you could create your own flowers. So I'm not a really good floral type person, but this interested me. Okay, so I took the triple berry ink and some blender brushes and the Stark White cardstock, and I created some beautiful flowers. Me, someone who is not a flower person. Then I masked them with some masking fluid by Nuvo, and I'm going to do some of the leaves. So now that I created the flower, I'm going to put some leaves behind it. This sort of worked out for me, but the masking fluid, I'm not sure if the ink was still too dry or if I used too much masking fluid, but I completely ruined some of the flowers that I did. So I'm just pulling up the stencil. Look how great that looks. The masking fluid is almost clear, so you can hardly tell that it's there, but I needed to take it off, right? That's what you're supposed to do. So I grabbed first I took my finger and tried to gently move the masking fluid off, and I totally ripped my paper. Yeah. It was like, you couldn't fix it. It was bad. But I managed to save all of these wonderful backgrounds. This one, I created these with that backsplash stencil. I added some Nuvo Glimmer Paste to this one also. These were the inks that I used above. This one in the center was just dry, just ink blended. And then this one I sprayed with some shimmer mists after I was done ink blending. Here are my flowers that kind of made the cut. I love those bold sentiments from the stamp sets. This is one that I kind of ruined the petals, but I just put the stencil back over it and it fixed it back up. Here are some of the critters that he drew and some of the backgrounds that I created. I had a really fun time playing with these. Here are some of the flowers that didn't make the cut and some backgrounds that I made. I hope you enjoyed seeing these new things and testing them out with me, and until next time.